in to tell me what their answer. Keith, what did you get for sine of 15 degrees? Point what? 258, and that's rounding it to the thousandth? OK. Anybody else confirm? He typed it in correctly and did it in degree mode? Confirmed? OK, very good. 259 if you round it to the 9? So it's 258 what?
2588.
OK, so we'd round it to the 9th. All right, but generally he typed into the calculator correctly, though, right? Now, the important thing is I want you guys to notice I did approximately, right? Because that actually is going to be going on and on forever. It's actually not a true value. So what if I'm asking you, which comes up in our quiz and our tests all the time, what if I'm not asking you to find this approximately? I want to find the exact value. The exact value. Well, if you guys look at our sum and difference formulas, what you guys notice is if I can take the sine of the addition or the subtraction of two angles, and that would actually and to give me an exact value. So if you think about this, if we were to look at this at 45 degrees minus 30 degrees, is that the same thing as sine of 15 degrees? Yes. Based on my difference formula for sine, I'll type it in here. If I have the sine of u minus v, that's equal to sine of u times the cosine of v minus cosine of u times the sine of v. This should be plus, isn't it? No, sine of u. No, cosine's the opposite. Yeah. OK. So what we'll do is I'll call this my u, and I'll call this my v. OK? Call that my sine and that my v. Now, all I'm simply going to do is basically just plug them in. So I have the sine of u, which is 45 degrees, cosine of v. Don't treat it as a negative. Just treat it, it's u minus v. OK? So that's going to be my v, which is 30 degrees, cosine 30 degrees, minus cosine of u, which is cosine of 45 degrees, and then times the sine of v, which is the sine of 30 degrees. Now, I want you guys to remember basically what we worked on as far as on our unit circle here is you guys need to know we can evaluate here all just by knowing the unit circle. So the sine of 45 degrees is the square root of 2 over 2. Cosine of 30 degrees, kind of based on what we did over there, is going to be equal to 1/2. Minus cosine of 45 degrees is square root of 2 over 2. And the sine of 30 degrees is going to equal, sine of 30 degrees is equal to square root of 3 over 2. Would everybody agree with my analysis? Now, I can just multiply. Remember, when you're multiplying fractions, you just multiply straight across. Square root of 2 times 1 is the square root of 2. 2 times 2 is 4, minus the square root of 6 over 4. Another way to look at it, do you guys see how these both have the square root of 2's? You could also factor out a square root of 2. I'm just showing you different mathematical representations. Remember, you'll be taking like a, if you guys are looking in the back of the book or if you're taking a multiple choice exam, these are all acceptable answers. OK? I'm just kind of giving you 3 different versions of how you might see the answer. OK? And that's especially important on there.